So you've decided your house is too small and you want to find something bigger, something different. Well, that's perfect, because in this video, we're going to go over the 7 things that you need to know when you are a move-up buyer. What's going on, everybody? Kyle Powers here with Haven Real Estate Group at eXp Realty. K-State grad, turned contractor, turned real estate agent and investor. Thank you so much for checking these videos out. I do appreciate it. We're going to go ahead and jump right in. Number 1 on our list is going to be determining your budget. So one of the things I will tell you about this is you can sit here and think that you want to be a $500,000 buyer or a $1 million buyer or whatever that looks like, right? The first step of determining your budget is bringing in a professional, bringing in a real estate agent. And I know you're going to sit there and be like, yeah, Kyle, of course that's what you're going to say. Well, I'm not saying hire them right away. But I've had a lot of conversations lately where buyers are sitting there, and my old buyers or new buyers are sitting there and like, hey, what do you think we can sell our home for? Because you've got your first house that you bought, that you potentially bought, and you've got that house and you potentially have some equity in that, right? Well, how much equity do you have, right? So how much? Do you know? Because I can tell you, I can help you out with that and I can help figure that out. Because if I'm telling you that I can sell your house for X, and you only owe X, so you might have $100,000 of equity in your house to where you can go buy something a little bit more. So determining your budget starts with a real estate agent, starts with a professional. Again, hopefully it's me. If it's not, make sure it's somebody that you trust, make sure it's somebody that will take care of you and at least give you those honest numbers. Again, I've had those conversations where that's a hard conversation to have, saying that you don't have as much equity as you think you do, and you probably shouldn't sell your home right now. Those are hard conversations to have, trust me. But I have them. I want to make sure that my clients know, my clients know that being honest with themselves and me being honest with them, that your budget, it may not be in your budget to buy a house this year. So have those conversations, determine that budget. Second thing on our list is going to be research your neighborhoods. Okay, you started in this neighborhood, let's just say neighborhood A. You've got tons of other neighborhoods that you have an opportunity to live in. So go do your research. What are the schools like? What's the crime rate like? What's the neighborhood like? Is it a kid-friendly neighborhood? Is it, are there a lot of retirees or is it a lot of young families? I know when I moved into my neighborhood, I didn't do this. Thankfully, I ended up with having one of the best neighborhoods I've seen. Again, I'm a little biased, obviously, but we got into our neighborhood. Our neighbor to one side of us is a retired couple, but they've been there since their kids were 6 years old, right? So having that, what we found is that there's a lot of young families that have moved into that particular neighborhood. And it is amazing because our kids were literally like, get outside, get away, go play with the kids down the street, go do those kinds of things so that way we can get you out and moving. So doing your research on the neighborhood that you want to be in and the neighborhood that's in your budget, that's gonna be one of the most important things for you to look at, because where else do you wanna look? Where else do you wanna live? Third thing on our list is going to be get pre-approved, okay? Just like when you bought your house, you want to have that pre-approval in hand. You want to have that. So a lender, any good lender, and again, if you need lenders, I can help you with that. But any good lender will be able to say, okay, well, how much equity do you have in your home? Okay, I have $50,000 that I'm going to take out of the sale of my home, and I'm actually going to put it down on the sale of this home, right? So then we can go and look at your debt to income ratios. They're going to look at those things. They're going to look at all of that and say, okay, when this home sells, you should be able to afford X, okay? So when you have that pre-approval, just like when you bought your first house, what we're actually gonna be able to do is use that and say, okay, here, this pre-approval is contingent upon me selling house A so that I can buy house B. And I know a lot of people out there are like, oh, contingencies don't work, they don't work. They do if done correctly and worked correctly. So if you do have questions about that, put a comment in the below. I'd love to talk with you a little bit more about that one and get you taken care of. Fourth thing on our list is going to be considering your future needs. Okay, I know for me, when my wife and I sold our first house and moved into our current home, when we bought our first house, we didn't think about our future needs. We didn't think about all that stuff because we didn't have kids. We didn't worry about that. So are you planning on expanding your family? Maybe you are pregnant and that's why you want to get into a bigger home. I know that was my wife and I's thing. We only had 2 bedrooms and 1 bathroom on the main level, and we weren't gonna put a 2-year-old and a brand new baby in the basement. So we had to get into something different, right? We had to get into a bigger home because we didn't have room for our growing family at that point. You know, with the way the world is today, are you gonna need a home office? Are you getting a dog? Do you want to have a big fenced-in yard? Are you going to have those things? Those are conversations that you need to have with yourself, with your family, and especially with your real estate agent, because you want to make sure that you have those there, that you have the opportunity to grow in that. Because if you go in, you buy this house, and then a year later you have another kid and you're like, oh crap, we need another house because we're not big enough. That's why considering those future needs, considering what could happen, considering what may happen, what is high probability of happening. Obviously you don't know exactly because life changes, life throws you curveballs, so be prepared for that. But that's the thing, like I said, when my wife and I, when we had to move, didn't matter about rates, didn't matter about anything. We were like, we have to get out of this house because it's way too small for us. And that's what we did, right? So that's one of the things that you need to consider as well whenever you are looking to be a move-up buyer. If you do enjoy this content, if you are enjoying this stuff, please go and hit that subscribe button, go and hit that little bell, go and hit that little like button just because it helps us grow this channel. But again, thank you so much for watching. Let's continue on. Fifth thing on our list, which I know a lot of you probably surprised by this, sell your home. Okay, we're talking about being a move-up buyer. So you currently have a home to sell. All right, so this is a very common thing for us to have, is that you have house A and then you're looking to buy house B. Well, you need to sell house A, right? I'm gonna record a different video later on that you guys can check out, but for now, the duh moment of the day is that you need to sell your first house. So going out there, getting the house on the market, getting that going, getting it perfect, getting it ready to go is going to be crazy important to sell house A, right? So once you sell that one, you'll be able to buy house B. So we can put house B under contract, but it is contingent upon house A selling. And again, I'm gonna do another video about that one, so be on the lookout for that. But fifth thing on our list is going to be selling house A. Sixth thing, 5 and 6 can kind of go intertwined here, but what I'll tell you is the sixth thing that on our list is go find that other house. Go to open houses, go schedule some showings, go do that kind of stuff, because you don't want to sell your house and have nowhere to be, nowhere to go. There's a fine line that we walk, and I've been having this conversation a lot lately with my clients, but there's a fine line that we walk with. Do we put house B under contract and then sell house A, or do we sell house A and then be in a hurry to find house B? So there's a fine line that we did. I know it doesn't work this way for everybody, but I know for my wife and I, what we did is we went and found house B, right? And so our house A was ready. House A was ready, so that's one of the important things. You need to have house A 100% ready to go, not saying, oh, I need another month or anything. No, you need to have house A ready to go, right? So then you go in house B and you say, okay, I found this house. I'm gonna make an offer, you know, contingent upon house A selling. Then once the seller accepts house B offer contingent upon house A, what happens is we turn around and we say, okay, boom, hit submit. The house A is on the market, ready to go and selling and ready to get showings, ready to get that ball rolling as far as that goes. So what you have to do is you have to go find house B, also being ready to go on house A selling. So that's why I say 5 and 6 kind of at the same point in time, but I had to put one in front of the other just because of we're on a list here. Item number 7 is making that contingent offer. So I talked a little bit about this on number 6, but it's the same thing, right? You go out, you're finding, you're looking, you're doing your thing, you make that contingent offer. So you fall in love with your future house, you love it, having that contingent offer. So you make that offer, it gets accepted, then we work on house A. One of the things I want to explain to you about contingencies. So if house A is not under contract, you need to be prepared and think about a kickout right, all right? So if you have questions on what a kickout right or anything is like that, reach out to me or put it in the comments below. I would love to explain a little bit more about that. But a kickout right can be something that I personally have dealt with when my parents bought a house. We had a kickout right and we lost the house on it. You know, it all worked out for the good, but you need to be prepared for that as well. So again, if you have questions about that, put in the comments below. I'd love to explain a little bit more what a kickout right is for you, and we'll get you taken care of. Thank you so much for watching these videos. I really do appreciate it. If you ever have any questions about buying, selling, investing, or anything real estate related, I would love to work with you. I'd love to talk with you a little bit. My phone number is 785-477-5485. My email is kyle@homesforsalemhk.com. And as always, not every deal is the same, okay? So I wanna make sure that you understand, not every deal is the same way. Not every deal happens the same way. There's a general structure of that one, but not every deal is the same way. So if you have any questions about it, please reach out to me, put it in the comments below. Whatever it is, I would love to work with you, talk with you, figure that stuff out. We do have a home buyer's guide, so if you do have questions or anything about buying a house or selling a house, we do have seller guides as well. Please go ahead and put it in the comments below. I will reach out to you and send you that information. And then we also have a home buyer's course and a home seller's course. So if you have any interest in learning a little bit more about that one at your own pace, please reach out and put it in the comments below. We'll get you taken care of. But as always, if you guys do enjoy these videos, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Go and hit that little bell so you get notified of any future content, and give us that like because it does help us grow the channel. I appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time.